The plotline for Skid came into existence not long after we finished filming My 50 Cent 7. Our cousin Connor had been in town for that whole wild movie shoot and had played a lot of the 40 Wardens.
One wrong move out of either you and you'll get it.
And then one night, on that same visit, me and Connor were sitting on the couch watching a movie, and I remember I said to him, you know, you're going to be in town for another few days. Would you ever want to try making another movie? We could try it, but we by no means have to. And he said, why not? So that night, I wrote the basic storyline, and the next thing you know, he became the king of the cool.
Oh my.
You gotta get back.
Right.
Okay, cut.
Proceed to the mothership.
Okay.
Mothership.
Go get Clarence.
Clearance, Mom!
Because your camera's still rolling.
The character of Terrence is very interesting and unique, unlike any other character that we've introduced so far, because, for one, he's not insane, for two, he's a ghost, and for three, you know you're never going to see him again.
Mustang gets the ladies and I can't control. They just climb in the front seat, alien or not, you know? Buy a Prius.
The way Terrence is introduced in the story is very mysterious. He's the one who saved Sheila rather than she saving him from some sort of prison camp or wardens.
Action.
From there on, the two try to find the Steves, and over the course of the story you get to realize Terrence's deal and why he's there and who he is and his whole story.
The storyline for this episode is one that I feel kind of departs from the typical darn good style a little bit. It's a concept I really appreciate of giving someone like Steve McQueen, who is practically a historical figure by now, a little moment in the limelight, but from a very different perspective, seeing him through the eyes of our characters as if they're meeting him for the first time. And Connor just has a way of looking like Steve, talking like Steve, pulling off a young Steve McQueen really well, and I was really glad we got to put him in this role.
Connor did a good job acting as the ghost of Steve McQueen. He was really able to pull off the coolness that comes with the character.
Here comes the gas. I need to be flexing all hard. Like it's all epic. Let me try again.
Okay.
Pull up your sleeve.
Yeah.
Mind if I tell you a story?
No, I got some time to kill.
Okay. I remember how we were talking with the text that was funny earlier.
Connor! I can't do it.
One of the more unusual tactics we used in the making of Skid was that for 90% of it, we didn't have a script.
Man,
You're back.
And then I say, what's been going on? No.
And that made filming most of the scenes pretty interesting.
The what?
Ha! You're fast!
Late reaction, I'm sorry.
We went with this unusual technique because, aside from the basic storyline, we really didn't know what was going to happen. So say whatever you want to say with that kind of gist, okay?
Just to mention your makeup.
Oh.
We made this episode in about a week with a very small amount of scripts. In between scenes, we would have to write the scene that we were going to film next.
I'm butchering it.
It's fine.
We'll go from the top.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, because you have to write it.
I got it open.
And sometimes we change the story while we're filming, and it was just a giant puzzle. And in the end, I think we did a good job, or at least an okay job of putting the pieces together.
Because of this, however, we were able to film our climax pretty much in complete chronological order of shots, and that's very rare to do when you're making a movie, but it really helped with our continuity. We just jumped in the van one evening with a leaf blower and a couple buckets of water and a flashlight, and poor Danny as our sole crew member.
We're driving to location with, 2 buckets of very full water.
Okay, that one was a little close.
Yeah,
My bad.
Then we just stood around in a parking lot and came up with each line as we went, trying to envision what our character would say and do under those circumstances.
Have you seen my jaws?
It was less like filming a movie and more like playing a fantasy game in front of a camera.
Turn the windshield light.
And hand goes low.
Still looks like he's throwing up into his cup.
You got a contagious laugh. You guys are cracking him up! You really got a contagious laugh. I was like, man, my throat itches.
A few weeks later, when Connor was gone, we returned to our location with Sam Gerard to fill in all the Super Steve portions of the climax, and Veronica got her turn being the sole crew member operating the camera, flashlights, leaf blower, and buckets of water.
Like Splash Mountain, man.
Skid was a really fun episode to film. There was a lot less planning and a lot more goofing off on the set, and it made for some of the best memories the TV show has known.
There's not gonna be anything left by the time he catches you.
Do this thing.
The only problem we've discovered with our bad guy scenes is that they usually end up being some of the goofiest movie shoots we've had to deal with.
Don't crack him up, Kurt. Please don't crack him up.
You don't have to say anything.
Yeah,
That was a duck call. That was a duck call.
Potato?
Nah, I'll stick with the mayonnaise.
Hear me, Sheila. Sheila! Hear me!
Do you feel okay?
Yeah. It was weird. It's weird buzzing in my head.
Stupid Sheila. I don't think she even has her brain turned on.
It's gone now. Did you get enough to eat, boy? Did you want some water?
No, please. You already dunked me too much. Who's Terrence?
Oh, he's just a guy.
Just a guy. Come on. Look, I promise I won't tell Sparks.
It's not like that. Okay, are you ready for this?
Yes, he's your long-lost brother.
No.
He's your long-lost son.
No.
He's my long-lost brother.
No.
He's your long-lost dog. He's my long-lost dog!
Steve, if you shut up, I'll tell you.
Okay.
He's Terrence McQueen.
Did the crickets just get louder? I know his name.
No, he is Terrence McQueen. The Terrence McQueen.
That's impossible. Terrence McQueen died in like 1980s.
I know. But he was a forgotten man. He's got 3 days to help us. And when he's gone, we won't even remember who he was.
You better be lucky that I'm a dog and we'll believe anything.
I know.
But I like that guy. I don't want to forget him.
Me neither. But that's the way it's gotta be. For this life, at least. He's here to help us to stop the higher authority from whatever they're doing with that weapon. I sure hope we can do it, too.
I hate to interrupt you like this, but your cup is ringing.
What?
Your cup is ringing.
I would venture to say, in a lot of ways, that Skid really brought the Darn Good TV show to life. We had made a super darn good escape in the summer of 2020, and then followed that with My 50 Cent 7, but I personally hadn't made any commitment to follow through with 12 full episodes, or to make 2021 the year that we would spring them on the world. And then that night, as I was sitting there watching a movie with Connor, I got a text from James McCarthy to thank me for a very fun 50 Cent 7 movie shoot. And he also happened to mention that he was down for any wild shenanigans in the future. James grew up making movies with his siblings and had a ton of experience. And as we grew older, our families had collaborated on many projects, both inside and outside the Darn Good TV show. I knew the McCarthys would be moving away in about a month, and it was actually that text from James that inspired me to ask Connor if he'd be willing to try to pound out another complete episode. Up until that point, Hopeless and Helpless had been a comedy duo, nothing more. Who is not pitching? Break your arm! But I knew if there was anybody who was going to help me make something of all these random short films that we've been cranking out, it would definitely be Hopeless.
Dinker, be quiet!
Shut up!
Barking Sam, you're interrupting Barking Steve. Could you shut up?
So Skid was really the first episode we worked on as a creative team. And in the crazy month that followed, we also cranked out all of Caution Contains Nuts, Get On Board, and started the script for our finale movie, The Darn Good Ending. So maybe old Steve McQueen was kind of helping us from beyond the grave, because Skid really stands out in my mind as the place where all started coming together. And as far as Hopeless and Helpless and the rest of the DG creative team are concerned, the place where all the trouble started for the Darn Good universe.
And now I'm out of time, but there's no way I can say goodbye. So I'll take my exit quietly and say I'll see you all